Good evening, good evening. How you doing? This is Serena Bowie coming live. Thankful for today. Had a good time at church today. I was on the panel today, Bishop White, and we was talking about grief today at church. And I had to express myself pertaining to what happened with my son Kedrick, and a lot of things that we talked about was very important. Some things that we needed to talk about that had really been on my mind, and I thank God for Bishop White giving me the opportunity to express myself and talk about um, dealing with my son' death. Um, I'm not the only one that's dealing with grief when it come down to us losing our loved ones. I can name people. You got, Miss Jackie Johnson, who been fighting for justice for Kendrick Johnson since I want to say 2013, might be 14. I'm not for sure, but I know she's been fighting. You got Captain Wiggins, you got Latrice Wiggins, you got Erica Carnell, who lost all three of her boys, um, which is a hard pill to swallow. Let's not me just losing one. I have a friend named Carolyn. She lost two. I have a sister, Deborah. She lost two. I mean, it go on and on and on. But the reason that I'm coming live today is because of the fact that even though that it's going on 8 years, we still grieve. We still is going through a process, and this process is not easy. It's not easy at all. I mean, it take a lot. And when you get in the type of situation, it get to the point where, um, it all plays a role on. You're right, Kathy. You're right. We need justice for what we got going on right now, and it's a lot of grieving parents out here. We're not talking about the parents that have lost kids here in Birmingham, Alabama, all over the world. When you get to talking about the prison system, that's a whole different world. That's a whole different world. And that word right there, it actually take you down through there. I mean, the reason I said take you down through there because it take years and years to get information that you need, especially if you don't have money to get a lawyer, or people is not doing what they say they're going to do to help you. It take a whole lot. um just imagine that you got a lot of women's out here that is fighting for justice for what happened to their loved ones, and we talking about going on 10, 15, 20 years. That's a long time. So therefore that means that um us, the mothers, how it's hard to get closure when you don't have closure. What I mean by that, in your heart, you know God deal with you, but at the same time, you want who has something to do with this, to be held accountable for what they did. I don't, whether it's a correctional officer, whether it's an inmate, whether it's somebody out here on the street, it really don't matter. The thing about it is, it's just a lot of killing going on, and the killing that's going on is getting to be to the point that in prison, it's like you killing people and you killing people, and it's nothing being done. It's nothing being done. It's nothing being done. And I mean, no parent wants to live their life um where you don't have no type of closure. You really can't enjoy your life because regardless of where you go, regardless of what you do, it's on your mind. It's on your mind because that's your loved one, that's your child. If don't nobody else care, if don't nobody love, you go love hard for you and yours. So this grieving process, um, going back to that, I think with that, I think it all plays a part on what type of support that we get when we dealing with this. Support plays a big role and it plays a big part. You don't have to hold my hand. You don't have to call me every day. You don't have to talk to me every day. But when I need you to help to stand when it's dealing with a loved one, especially that don't been killed and nothing been done about it in the prison system, that's when we need that support. And that's the kind of support that a lot of us we do not get enough support. And we need that support. We didn't ask for this. And I never questioned God about what happened with Big Kid. I never questioned God because that's something that you don't do. Anything God love, He's going to save. So my thing about it is, I look at it like this. Um, Whatever my son was going through in prison, I, I think it had to be something pretty deep. And for the private investigator to, he submitted some paperwork to the BOP to get additional information that we've been asking for. He did this last year. This is a new year. Therefore, that means that the prison system is actually telling us that once our loved one go in prison, something happened to them, they don't have to give us nothing. They don't have to do nothing. And especially if you don't have a lawyer. And that's the bad part. I mean, where do we come in and how do we get help? How do we get support? How do we get help? Who do we talk to? I mean, this is not something that you just pick up pick up on the road. We're talking about a human being that life has been taken from them. So with all the mothers that's out here, I understand how y'all feel. My heart go out every day. I think about um different ones, Latrice Wiggins, Kathy Williams, um, uh, Jackie Johnson. I think about all of them, Carolyn. I mean, how we have lost our kids and we had to bury our kids, and that's not something that is you take lightly. No, Kathy, no one understand the part of losing a loved one in prison because of the fact that that's a whole different world. That means that once you go to prison, they feel like that they own you. Therefore, that means that they feel like that they don't owe us any information. But during the time that our loved one was in prison, we was the one that was sending money, going to see them and trying to do what we can for them. But as soon as something happened to them in prison, it's like it just it don't matter, but it do matter. It do matter. And I right now I'm very heavy right now. I thank God for everyone that did show up today to support, because it's about support. you know Supporting each other. It's about support. um I thank God for a lot that came out of me that was in me today as well. And I know that, it's not over with. Um, what Bishop did today is he stirred that fire back up. So that fire is stirred back up. it never did. It went down for a minute, but it stirred back up. And by being stirred back up, that means that you go see more of me, you go hear more of me. Because at the end of the day, what parent wants to live their life every day thinking and wondering when you're going to hear what you need to hear, when you're going to find out what you need to find out. And my heart go out to any parent that lose or have to bury their kids. That's not the way it should go, but that's the way it's going now. So uh right now we working on some things, and I'm praying that God give me favor real soon, that 2025 will be the year for me to be able to can get everything that I need as far as who did what to my son, why, um, what's going to be done to them, how they're going to be held accountable for their action, um, and go from there. You know, my heart go out to all the inmates that is in prison because they are really going through something. And the way I feel about it, cell phone, they should be able to have a cell phone. And the reason the prison system don't want them to have a cell phone because they don't want us to find out what's going on in the prison system. But either way it go, we finding out what's going on because God said everything that go on in the dark will come to the light. You got to have faith. You got to, this is not something that you give up on. This was my son. I can't give up. It's no giving up. It's no giving up. It's no giving up. And I know eventually, and it won't be long, God is going to work it out. He's going to give me that favor that I need. I thank God for the people that I have in my corner that is helping me. I thank them for the support that I get. I thank them for what they do to help me because it's only so much that we can do when we dealing with this. We got to have other help. We got to have other support. That's a must. We can't do it all. We can't. Even if you have a lawyer, he got to have support. He got to have somebody to lean on. He got to find a way to get the information he needs. Well, that's the same way with us. So we can't do it by ourselves. It's about love. It's about support. It's about family. It's about friends. It's about coming together, knowing that I got that knock on my, well, not a knock on the door, but a telephone call. I don't want that to happen to no one else. I don't want to see that. Just because you go to prison don't mean that you're coming home. That's not true. I would have never thought that mine wasn't coming home, but I still tell people that God did show me in a dream of Ketchup in a casket with everything, with all cream on. God did show me that 6 months before. And sometimes when God show us stuff, we don't really, it don't done on us until later on. And then you go back and think about it, where God did prepare you. But I mean, either way, it's still going to hit hard when you're a parent. It's going to hit hard. It's going to hit hard. So, um, I wish it was a way that we can come together as a whole to find a way to get to this solution. We need a solution with what we're dealing with because there's no way that Jackie Johnson should have to still be dealing with what happened to her son out of all these years. I shouldn't have to deal with it. No one should have to deal with it. Latrice shouldn't have to deal with it. Kathy Williams, I mean, Erica, I could just name people. We shouldn't have to, it's not fair and it's not right. It's not fair and it's not right. I have no reason to be scared. The only person that I'm scared of is Jesus because I know God, he will protect me. He's going to guide me. He's been guiding me. He's been molding me. He have gave me the strength that I got now. I thank God that, through it all, I made it, I been making it, nobody but God. because he got something that he want me to do. I know he do. But I just wanted to come on and say that when we are dealing with our loved ones, it's about support. And today I felt love. I felt that I seen the support. I got the support. It made me feel good because we all need to talk about what we going through, how we dealing with it, because it's not easy. It's not easy. And like I still say, it's going on 8 years, and Serena Bowie will not stop until. And the God that I know, if he have pulled me out of one situation, he gonna work this situation out for me as well. It's all about, you got to be patient. You can't give up, and you can't stop. You got to have patience, and you got to know that it's a long process. But see, this the thing about the prison system. It's a long process, but that's why they want you to give up, because they take their time and don't want to give you the information that you need, that you want, and that you deserve. So they make the process as long as they can. But in my case, they can make the progress 20, 15, 20 years. At the end of the day, Serena is not stopping, because right is right and wrong is wrong. He didn't kill nobody to go to prison. His life shouldn't have been taken from him. Right is right and wrong is wrong. The prison system, something need to be done. Something got to be done, because we can't allow for this to keep going on. And for the young black men that's out here wilding out, baby, this my thing to y'all. You don't want to go to prison. You don't want to go to prison, because that don't mean you coming home. That don't even mean you safe. Because majority of the time, before you even get to prison, they already know who you is, and all of this. So you don't know what they got up their sleeve. So, think about what y'all doing out there. That prison system is not that's what's not happening. That shooting and killing each other, that's not doing it. Because what y'all fail to realize, when y'all kill somebody, let's know the person that you killed. Okay, let's go back with Sierra brother that got killed. Okay, when you all do that killing, the family who loved one that got killed, they suffering. But what about the moms of you all, the one that's doing the killing? Y'all putting y'all mama through stuff as well. See, you ain't making it easy on neither family. One family member got to bury, and the other family member got to go to court till they sentence you to how many years you got to go to prison for what you did. And that is just crazy as I don't know what. So at the end of the day, you might be don't kill their loved one, but your family finna lose you, because it's not like that you're going to be able to continue to live your life, because anything we do in the dark will come to the light. So you can't keep doing it. Somebody go tell something, and we ain't got friends when we get out there in the street and do wrong, because somebody go tell somebody, and somebody go tell somebody else. You don't know who watching you. My thing about it is, it is time for a change. It's time for a change. It's time for a change in the United States. It's time for a change. And I still say, um, in the end, no, I haven't made too many videos lately, because I've been waiting on other information to come up so that I can get this information to share. But, at the end of the day, I do know what happened. I don't know who all, but I know that his life was taken from him. I do know that God said high and he looked low. I do know when we are going through a situation like this, as far as losing our loved one, people think that you losing your mind or you going crazy or you just want to be by yourself. Yeah, we get to that point because guess what? Everybody don't understand where you're going and everybody don't understand what you're going through. So sometimes it's best just not to say nothing. And with me, I'd rather just stay to myself, find me something to do, keep my mind occupied, because my problems don't belong to nobody else. They belong to me. And we that's how we deal with it. Everybody deal with grief in their own different way. But just because it happened 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago, it's not over. It's not over. It's a piece that's missing from our heart that we will never get back. It's a piece that's missing. So to all the mothers and the fathers out there that have lost loved ones, um, yes, Benita, I will keep going forward. I will not stop what I'm doing because it will not be right to my son um, because of the way it happened. And some kind of way, I don't know how God going to do it, but He gonna work some things out that people is not gonna even believe that it came out the way it needed to come out. But the truth will come out, and it's gonna come out soon. And I keep mentioning Jackie Johnson as well because of the fact that what happened to her son and the people that did it, they suffering now. If they ain't dead, they suffering because you can't do this and live with yourself. It's no way. I mean, how? How? It's gonna run you crazy. But my heart go out to all mothers and fathers. But I know a lot of mothers that have lost, that had to bury their kids, and my heart go out and I pray that, only God can massage our heart. Only God. Man can say whatever they want to say, but we get in our own way, feeling the way we feeling until we get to feeling better. But right now, I'm on fire. And by me being on fire, that means that you go see me a little more. Because I feel good on the inside because I let a lot out today. I let it out. I had to. I had to. But anybody that's watching this live, just always remember when we lose our loved ones, it's all about that support that we need. And sometimes we don't get that support that we need. Sometimes we have to find other ways of getting that support that we need. But He do eventually work it out. Um, hey Latrice, how you doing? Miss you. But He do work it out. And me and Latrice have a lot that we have going on. And just because people don't hear from us or I'm not on live often, don't mean that I'm not working. It's all about working in silence. You can't let your left hand know what your right hand doing. You can't let your right hand know what your left hand doing. You can't let people know everything that you're doing, but you know this. Just because you haven't seen me, I be on it every day. And that's even before I go to work. Every day. I'm talking to somebody about something. Who can I get in contact with? I'm gonna talk to someone. It's not over with. It's not over with. We go do this. We go stay on that battleground. We're not giving up. This we're not giving up at all. There's no way. But happy you all have a blessed day. And I still go back and say, I thank God for today. I thank God for the support that I got today. I thank God for my church members. I thank God for, the love that I felt, the compassion. It was just overwhelming. It really was. And again, I go back and I say again, Bishop White, thank you for allowing me to be on the panel today to talk about Kettrick, because Bishop White been helping me a whole lot, as much as he can help me, as much as he find out, whatever he can do. That's what this all about, especially with some of us mothers are dealing with the prison system. We got to share information with one another. So if there's anybody that have lost a loved one in prison, and I know y'all she keeps saying prison, prison, prison. Well, the reason I keep saying prison is because of the fact that I lost my son in prison. I know what I'm going through with getting information from the prison system. I know what I'm going through dealing with them. Point blank. That's the only reason I keep talking about the prison system. Because the prison system, I want to say some things, but it wouldn't be nice. But the prison system is corrupt as corrupt can be. There's no other way to say it. I try to be respectful about what I say and what I do, but it's corrupt. So, um, anybody that I can help in any kind of way. Latrice Wiggins is another one that she don't mind people reaching out to her as well. With any kind of way that we can help, any kind of way that we can talk to someone to uplift them, or something happened to your loved one in prison. If I can find a way to get you information, especially if it happened in the federal, I can tell you exactly where to go. If it happened in the state, I can get the information to tell you what to find out. But just know that just because this happened to us, it's not over with. Um, I know my son is sitting up there, and I know he's smiling because he's saying, my mom, she's not giving up. She's a go-getter, and that's what she is. Your mom, she's not giving up. She's not giving up. I can't give up, because we deserve, all of us, anybody who have loved ones, we all deserve answers. Whether it happened in prison or whether it happened out here on the street, we deserve answers, because we are hurting in so many different ways. So please share this video, and this video is in regards to my son Kettrick Bowie and other inmates, other loved ones, because this is not a good feeling when you have to talk about what happened to your son, and you have to keep talking. You got to keep talking. You got to keep talking. You got to keep really don't have no other choice, because if you don't talk about it, people won't know what you're going through. And when people give you that chance to talk about it, then you got to be about it. That means that you got to be ready to do what you got to do. I didn't sleep none last night. I tossed and turned all night, because I know that I had to get up early this morning, and I know what I had to do. Everything that I'm doing it because this is what God want me to do. The times that I wanted to give up, about 3 or 4 years ago, every time I said, well, I'm just gonna let this go, it's like God will allow to have somebody to call me or reach out with some information. So that's when he let me know, no, keep going. Keep going. I got you, Serena. He said, keep going. He said, I got you. He said, I got you. And I know God got me. He been had me all this time. It ain't over with yet. It's not over with. It's not over with. So we need to just pray for one another. We need to support one another. My heart go out to anybody, and if I missed a name and didn't bring a name up on my live with anybody that have lost loved one, I'm sorry. I just was naming the one that was coming to me right then, and I'm quite sure it's plenty more. Um, my heart go out to everybody that had to bury their kids. That is the hardest thing to swallow, to bury your child that you bought on this earth, and you got to bury them. I had to actually sit there and look. That morning, I had to the morning of the funeral, I had to actually sit on the bed and say, "Serene, you really got to do this." I went to my son's funeral looking like Woody Woodpecker. I didn't care what I looked like. I didn't care what my hair looked like. I didn't really care what I had on. I didn't care about nothing but my son was gone. I and when I go back and look at them pictures over the years, Serena, that's how you was at your son's funeral. Well, at that time, I didn't matter. I didn't matter. It wasn't about me. It was about my son. It was about putting my son away. That's what it was about. I go back and I look and I'm like, Serena, that ain't none of you. But yes, it was. It wasn't about Serena. It was about bearing my son. So at the end of the day, please share the live. I love you too, Latrice. Um, please share the live. And I don't ask for much. I don't ask people to do a whole lot. But I do ask of this. If you don't mind, if you see me share something on my Facebook page, it could be a video, it can be a post, it could be anything that's pertaining to my son's death. You are more than welcome to share anything that I put on my page because that's what I do. I want people to share. I want it to get out. It needs to get out. See, let me say this before I get out. The autopsy doctor asked me, he said, Miss Bowie, he said, do how have trouble running your family? And I said, no. He kept trying to persuade me, whatever. But, at the end of the sentence, no. So he turned around and he said, well, I said, let me ask a question. I said, was the trauma to my son's body, was it fresh or old? He said, Miss Bull, to this day, I can't answer. He said, the only thing I could say happened the day before or the day of his death. I said, oh, okay. He said, Miss Bull, if you plan on trying to sue the prison system, you got years and years and years and years. I said, you know what? I can have as many years as I need, but they took my son's life, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. Well, Miss Bowie, I don't say you can say what you wanna say, but you cannot stop me from doing and feeling what I feel and knowing what I know. Because God do deal with me, so you can't just throw on anything in my face and think it's gonna be okay. It's not gonna be okay. But in the end, God is going to work it out. And God going to give me everything that I need. And he's going to give me all that joy. He's going to give it back to me. He's going to, everything that has been taken away from me is going to come back to me. Just as sure as my name is Serena Bowie. But today's date, the day is the 9th, March the 9th. Watch. Watch God. Watch God. I feel it. Watch God. Watch God. Because guess what? It ain't just about Big Kid. It's about the other inmates whose life been taken. And it's also about the inmates that's in prison now. what they going through, what they got to deal with. It's about the prison system. That's what it's about. So, by me saying that to say this, you all have a blessed and happy Sunday. And my heart goes out to all mothers and fathers. I understand what you're going through. And sometimes we want to talk, sometimes we don't, sometimes we want to be bothered, sometimes we don't, sometimes we just want to be. Sometimes we just don't want to be. Sometimes we just want to go and do something, and then as soon as we do it, we want to go home. You know, because our mind constantly, you got so much going on. It's so much that you got to do. Because at the end of the day, a real woman, a woman go stand up and do what she got to do, and she go fight for hers. So let me leave y'all with this. Know that Serena Bowie will be back. And when I come back again, God gonna have me with that information that I need to share. And God is gonna massage our hearts. Everyone that's on this live that's going through, He's gonna massage our heart and He's gonna work it out for us. But we just got to keep the faith. We cannot give up. Yes, grief do play a part on being depressed. Yes, I have been depressed so many times. Who haven't been depressed? I mean, you wake up in the morning going to got to go to work and you get depressed because you got to go to work. So hey, we all get depressed some kind of way. But yes, this right here, it'll make you depressed, depressed, depressed. But at the end of the day, this is what I tell God. I said, Lord, help me to get up to do what I need to do, because can't nobody do my job for me, and can't nobody do it the way I do it. So guess what? He give me that strength. I get up and I start rolling again. Y'all have a blessed evening. Justice, and it will be served. Lord God will massage all the hearts. Only God can do it. He will work it out. I love y'all. Have a blessed day and know the best is yet to come.